What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Front Yard Fantasy Podcast live stream. The squad's all here. Happy Wednesday, week 6. This has gone on too long. Extravaganza.
Woo! Woo! Welcome back, boys. Welcome back.
That's good stuff right there.
It's good to have all of us back in the same window.
It really
Same
is.
window.
You can say room, but we are not all in the same room, unfortunately. Wouldn't that be funny if we all had our cameras just set up so we were slightly off, if this was actually the same room from 3 different angles?
That would be cool. Why don't we do that? Oh, that's right. Time and you're in Texas.
Yeah, you guys have no excuse besides social distancing.
Yeah.
Which is a fairly valid excuse.
That's valid.
We'll say that's a valid excuse. Josh, you missed it yesterday.
I missed
I
it.
drafted a team together, though you participated.
And I drafted a better team than both of you, I think.
We'll see. That's what I wanted to bring up. Why don't we water bet the results of that contest? Me and JL versus you.
Easy water bet. And yeah.
You guys still have to pay up on the Cowboys-Browns one. But,
well, that's an easy one too. I'm going to do that when I get home. Okay. I'm tired of it hanging over my head. What's up?
In that fancy shirt?
No. So I had a question regarding the water bets real fast.
Have to be
okay. That was my only question.
Yep.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah, so
I'll be completely nude and we'll put it on Twitter.
Perfect.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, guys, we are playing. It's a little delayed, even though Monday Night Football ended yesterday, but we are playing our Week 6 version of Fantasy Horse.
We played Week 5 version on Wednesday too, so it's becoming a tradition.
It's becoming a tradition to make it late. Well, we didn't have any Tuesday Night Football this week, but we had double Monday Night Football, so we needed that extra day to recover, digest, come up with questions, and now here we are, ready for JL and Josh to go head-to-head once again.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
You're so excited? You ready to dive in?
So excited. I'm ready to dive in. Let's get in there.
Yeah, let's get in.
Why are we hesitating?
I've got some good questions this week. Some easy, some hard. But with Fantasy Horse, I like to mix it up a little bit. So round 1, let's see who's going first. JL, you're going first this week.
I'm surprised it wasn't me.
So JL, your question 1 of Week 6 Fantasy Horse is Derrick Henry scored 40.4 PPR fantasy points in Week 6.
That's a lot of points.
Did he ever score more than that in a single week in 2019?
2019, 40.4 fantasy points, PPR. I'm trying to think of all of his games last year. Oh, man.
Oh, right. I forgot he could pass this to me.
God. I think I'm gonna pass this one to Josh. I'm gonna start off being a coward. Let me pass this one to Josh.
Mixing up the strategy.
No, that's a good call, JL, because I have no idea the answer. No, I know Derrick Henry started off the year very poorly, like he typically does. Not very poorly, but just really turned it on at the end of the year. And I know there's some giant games in there. I feel. Oh, wait a second. I'm remembering a game now. He had 4 touchdowns. He should have had 5. He came out early. Oh man, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say he scored more than that. He scored more than that in 2019.
So Derrick Henry's highest scoring game in 2019 was Week 17 against the Houston Texans. He had 32 attempts for 211 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Okay.
For a total of 39.1 points.
Oh, my God.
He did not. This was his highest scoring game of the last 2 seasons. Josh, you start off with an H.
That was a gotcha. That was a classic Josh gotcha there.
That was the Josh.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I remember that game, and he forced himself out on the goal line, and he could have had another touchdown. I still remember. I forget who the backup was, but it was what are you doing, Derrick?
What are you doing, Derrick?
See, Sean says, I thought he had 44 points or something. So did I. That's why I was a little bit surprised by that. I threw this question in there. He went on a tear at the end of last season. Week 10, he had 33. Then he had his bye, then 27.5, 22.6, 23.9, and 39.1, all in his last 7 games.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
He went on a freaking tear of just unbelievable performances, but none of them matched what he did this past week. Got close though. So Josh, you start with an H, and JL going with my favorite. Or no, it is Josh's turn because
it's my turn.
Because I was a coward.
Yes, it is.
Josh, we're going with my favorite kind of question, and you seem to do pretty well with these usually.
Hit me.
Put these running backs in order of PPR finish in week 6. Kenyon Drake, Aaron Jones, Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Oh my gosh, they all did well. Oh man. Oh shoot. Honestly, I think Aaron Jones is the bottom of this. Really, the question is,
nor deny.
what do you think, JL?
Are you passing on me?
No, I'm gonna play it. I'm almost positive Aaron Jones would be the third one. Now the question is, who did better, Clyde Edwards-Helaire or Kenyon Drake? And I actually think that Kenyon Drake did, just because of that long touchdown.
Hey, remind me, Josh, how much did you gave up Derrick Henry, and did you give up Kenyon Drake last year as well in Dynasty? Remind me, what was that trade?
I think it was Kenyon Drake and Derrick Henry for Andrew Luck and Alshon Jeffrey.
Worked out well.
That was 2 years ago, though. Was that last year?
Was it?
Did Aaron? Yeah, it had to be last year.
All those bad trades just blend together.
Anyway, I'm going to lock it in. Kenyon Drake, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Aaron Jones.
Okay. So Aaron Jones was the RB15 this week in PPR with 13.1 points, which was, in fact, the lowest of the 3.
Okay. Cool.
That is correct. CEH finished with 20.9 fantasy points this week. As the
Kenyon Drake scored more than that.
As the RB5. Kenyon Drake was the RB2 with 28.4 fantasy points. You are correct. Kenyon Drake, CEH, Aaron Jones. Nailed it.
This is just the Josh answering questions game.
I was going to pass.
Keep passing it to me. Oh my gosh. That was a good question.
I got it right. Yeah, that was a great question because you got it right. So we are on back to JL. We'll see if he answers this one. This is a fun question. He may pass it to Josh. We shall see. So JL, there are 3 NFL teams that had 2 wide receivers finish in the top 12 PPR wide receivers in week 6. So you got that part of the question?
Yeah.
Name 2 of the 3 teams and the corresponding receivers.
2 teams that had
so there are 3 teams.
3 teams that had a wide receiver.
That had 2 wide receivers.
2 wide receivers in the. God, this is a tough one.
You have to start writing stuff down.
So basically, in the top 12, there were 2 pairs of there were 3 pairs of receivers from the same team.
So I just have to name the teams.
And the corresponding receivers from the teams that you named.
And the corresponding receivers. Okay. Couldn't make this easy.
So it's a lot you got to name. But if you get the teams, you should get the receivers, I feel like.
Ooh. You don't want to give this to me, JL.
You know it?
Don't give it to me.
Do you know it?
Well, just don't give it to me.
Okay. I think I do know it because I was doing my top 12 analysis the other day. I think I have an idea. All right.
Okay.
First one is Houston. Is that right?
Well, tell me the receivers.
You can't just tell me if Houston's right. You're going to just make me name receivers top of it?
Okay. Houston's correct. Now name the receivers.
Okay.
That was the one team I didn't write down. I hope I'm right.
Will Fuller and Brandon Cooks.
Correct. Fuller was the wide receiver 3. Cooks was the wide receiver 6.
Okay, so that's
now I need another team with 2 more receivers.
And the other one, Falcons.
With which receivers?
Julio and Ridley.
That is correct. Julio was the wide receiver 2. Calvin Ridley was the wide receiver 10. You nailed it, JL.
What was the third team?
Who was the third
Josh,
team?
do you know who the third one was? Anyone want to?
No, I had Panthers, but I don't think it was them.
Yeah, it wasn't Arizona. Was it?
Well, Sean nailed it with the Ridley and Julio. The third one was Tennessee. A.J. Brown was wide receiver 4. Adam Humphries was wide receiver 12. Adam Humphries is wide receiver 12. Humphries with an Humphries. I thought you might get that one because he's your Clemson boy.
Because he's Clemson. He's not mine. He is Clemson, but I'm not like a avid Adam Humphries fan.
So Josh, JL nailed that one. You are given an HO after that. But I actually have a very similar question for you. You ready for it? Mm-hmm. Try to return the favor.
I see another audience question.
Let's see it.
And it is a doozy.
Oh, Sean. I actually clicked on the wrong comment. Sean. Speaking of that, someone tried to trade me Brandon Cooks for my Joshua Jacobs. Yeah, that's revolting. We'll get to the other question, but that's like absolutely insulting. That's where you just like take a video of yourself vomiting and send it back to them. That's awful. Okay, Jacobs, Diggs, and Murray for Kamara. A good trade.
I have questions. Is this a PPR league? Is it a super flex league? I doubt it. Is it a dynasty league? Probably just a redraft. I'm going to assume it's like a PPR redraft league. And if so, I favor the Jacobs, Diggs, and Murray side personally. You're getting a top like 12, number one at each position there, in my opinion.
Unless your team is so good that Diggs and Jacobs are somehow on your bench. Like if your starting running backs are like, I don't know, Ezekiel Elliott and Derrick Henry. And so Josh Jacobs is just sitting down on your bench, then maybe. But he's got Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson as well. Okay, so that solves the problem with Kyler Murray. That definitely does. You're fine plugging in Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson for Kyler Murray. That is totally cool. So really,
so you're trying to get Kamara.
You're trying to get Kamara.
Man, I just could not give up that much for Kamara. Jacobs is just pretty close in my opinion.
Close enough, yeah. He's
to where I don't think it.
He has Kamara.
I don't think he'd give up Diggs.
He's saying, gotcha. He's on the Kamara
Do the
side.
trade. You don't even need freaking Kyler Murray. Is that not Kyler Murray? Is that like Latavius Murray?
That's what I said.
That's Latavius. Okay, that makes sense.
I don't know. If you have Lamar and Josh Allen,
if you have Alvin Kamara, I would probably do that.
Yeah, I would do it too.
Yeah, that kind of depth is just wild to come by. Unless it's an 8-team league, and then maybe not. But I'm not sure.
If this is a 10-team, 12-team, 14-team, would definitely do it. But yeah, I would do this trade.
Okay, Josh, you are a hoe after that question. JL, you are still just an H after successfully nailing that one. And Josh, here's your similar style question.
Right. I'm ready.
There are 2 NFL teams that have 2 wide receivers in the top 12 PPR wide receivers through week 6. Name the teams and the receivers. So JL's question was just during week 6. Yours is about top 12 for the season through week 6. There are 2 teams.
That is a doozy. Let me think. So let me go through the teams real fast. No.
Let's see, and anytime CKX Voltage, if you have more questions, trade questions, come in here. Rarely do we all agree, so you'll get some conflicting perspectives, but you got us on that one.
No, yeah, seriously. I doubt he is he? This is a tough one, guys. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this one. Oh, wait, actually. Oh, yeah, I bet
I can see the gears turning. While Josh is puzzling those guys out, I'll just want to do a quick plug. You guys can follow us on YouTube at Front Yard Fantasy and on Twitch at Front Yard Fantasy. You can find all of our old videos there. So if you want to go back and watch some of the past week's games of horse or some of the other games we played, you can jump in there at any time. There might be some outdated advice. There might be some videos of Josh shirtless. You'll just have to go through all of them and see what you can find.
A lengthy debate on chest hair.
And I'm having some trouble here, boys.
Are you gonna play or are you gonna pass?
I'm gonna play it, but I'm not feeling too confident. I'm gonna play it just because JL's a bitch.
Got the last one.
I'm sorry.
Wow. Sorry, Mom. He didn't mean to say that.
Sorry, Mom. I didn't. But so I'm gonna go with the Cowboys, Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb.
That is correct. That's one of them.
Thank God I got that one. So that's the one I came up with. There's one I'm like teetering on, but I'm a little concerned with. So it's wide receivers, right?
Correct.
Top 12 PPR.
So Amari Cooper is the wide receiver 5, and CeeDee Lamb is the wide receiver 10. Just so you know.
It's gonna be Josh.
You know, I don't love it, but I'll just say Panthers, DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson. But I don't think DJ Moore's in the top 12.
Okay. Robbie Anderson is wide receiver 6.
I think I know it.
DJ Moore is wide receiver 22. That is incorrect, Josh. JL, you want to give it a shot?
I don't know. I think he's made it in at this point.
CRS.
I know Adam Thielen's in the top 12, and I know Justin Jefferson. Or I think Justin Jefferson's in the top 12, but I'm not sure.
JL, that is 100% right. Justin Jefferson is the wide receiver 7, and Thielen is the wide receiver
Josh
3.
gets 2 letters.
The other team was the Vikings with Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen. Justin Jefferson's had a couple huge weeks now that have catapulted him
That makes sense.
Yeah.
into not just the top 12, but a top 10 wide receiver. He's number 7 on the season. And I have had him on my roster benched for both of the weeks that he's blown up in one of my leagues. Just left him sitting there. I had Will Fuller and Justin Jefferson benched in one of my leagues this week.
Oh,
It,
why are you benching Justin Jefferson?
I had like 60 plus points just sitting on my bench right there.
All right. Is it me?
It is you. We are on to the next question. Josh, you are an HOR, however you want to pronounce that. And JL, you are just an H.
I
So
did
JL,
not score.
DeAndre Swift scored 27.3 PPR fantasy points in week 6. Has
Okay.
any other rookie running back had a higher single week score this season?
DeAndre Swift, 27.3. Man, this is a tough one.
It really is.
I'm going to pass this to Josh.
Oh, you son of a gun.
Another pass from JL.
I'm a coward. I don't care who knows it.
Like, I think the only person that could have done it might be like James Robinson, maybe. I'm trying to think. Like Jonathan Taylor, Clyde Edwards-Helaire hasn't gotten there. Cam Akers definitely hasn't gotten there. DeAndre Swift, J.K. Dobbins. I don't think so. I mean, he had one good game, but it would only. I'll say yes. A rookie has.
Okay. Final answer, yes.
Locked
So
in.
DeAndre Swift scored 27.3 fantasy points. James Robinson's highest scoring week was in week 3. And he scored 30.9 fantasy points. You are correct, Josh.
No.
That one was a little less.
Backfire.
Oh my gosh.
That was on the border of Josh math, but I thought it was enough away that it could be no.
That was good. That was good. Especially because I got it right again, like I said.
Those are your favorite kinds of questions.
Hey, yeah.
Well, and Josh, I got another fun one for you here. I really like this question, so you can either take it or you can pass it on to JL, who is now a hoe.
Yeah, he is.
So,
Always have been, always will be.
with Anthony Ferguson scoring 25.3 PPR points and finishing as the tight end 1 in week 6, there has been a different tight end 1 all 6 weeks of the season. Name 4 of the other 5. So Anthony Ferguson did it this week. There have been 5 other weeks and 5 other different tight end 1s in PPR. Name 4 of them. And
I got it.
Real quiet.
I'm taking it. I got it.
Okay, let's hear
I
it.
had to do a quick thing through my mind, and I'm going to just go, oh, wow. Hold on a sec. Was I too confident? Hold on, because like there's like 2 guys where I know they had a big weekend. It might have been the same week, actually.
Thank God you didn't
And that would really screw me.
Jill, did you say thank God you didn't pass it to me?
Mm-hmm.
He still could. He hasn't answered anything yet.
Oh, God.
Josh having an existential crisis over there, trying to remember every week of the season.
Okay, let's do it. There's 5 people I have in mind, and I'm like 100% sure like this is 4 of these 5 go in here. I'm going to take it. So I'm going to say Kelsey, Waller, Tanyan, and Higbee.
So in week 5, Travis Kelce was the tight end 1. In week 4, it was George Kittle.
Oh, shit.
Which you did not say.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. And Higbee and Waller were in the same week, weren't they?
In week 3, it was Jimmy Graham, which you did not say. In week 2, it was Darren Waller. And in week 1, it was Dallas Goedert. You got Waller and Kelsey.
That's one tight end when you scored 3 touchdowns. Was that the same week? That was week 2, I'm assuming.
I think Waller was that week.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So
I would have gotten it wrong.
Sorry. You got that one incorrect. You are now an HORS. I can't believe you missed Kittle.
I didn't even he didn't even pop in my mind. Like I didn't even I was like, okay, we got the big ones. We got Waller, Kelsey, and Andrews. That was so dumb.
See, I thought I was gonna do 3 out of the remaining 5, but I thought, they'll both get Kelsey, Kittle, Waller, for sure.
Yeah.
I thought they'll get those 3, and I want them to have to get one of Graham and Goddard. But you underperformed my expectations.
Yeah, Graham and Goddard.
Proved me wrong.
Tanyan and Higbee both had 3 touchdowns weeks and weren't the number 1 tight end.
Here, guys, NBA Rigged has a question. Trivia. See who answers correct first. Name the team with the highest yards per carry in week 6. It's got to be the Chiefs, right?
He had 9.
It was like 9 yards a carry the whole game.
Yeah, it's probably the Chiefs. I'll throw in a Baltimore Ravens just as a fun one, just because they didn't really have many passing yards, and I know Lamar Jackson had a really long run.
Yeah, I don't know for certain if it's the Chiefs. It would be hard to believe that someone was better than that.
It just makes way. Oh, I mean, Derrick Henry, maybe the Titans.
I think he averaged I don't know. Actually, I was just thinking of the game log that I looked at for his game last year. It was 6.6 yards a carry. That was week 17.
The Cardinals probably didn't. They ran too much, right?
Let's see. Is that the answer? JL, what's your answer?
Philly?
No. Hell no. Hell no. I think it's probably the Titans.
Miles Sanders had a pretty big.
The Ravens, the Chiefs,
and
maybe the Cardinals?
Tampa Bay.
We're just saying every team now.
Every team.
So,
I just want to be right. One of the guesses.
Josh, while we wait for that answer, you are now an HORS. We're moving on to JL since you did not pass that question and you do not know your tight ends, apparently.
I know. I'm an idiot.
JL, we're on to another one of my favorite kinds of questions. Josh killed it when it was his turn. Now it is your turn. Put these widers. Oh, is that the answer? Nope, it's another bird up. Put these wide receivers in order of PPR finish in week 6. T. Higgins, Christian Kirk, Devontae Adams.
T. Higgins.
I think
Devontae Adams. Oh man. All right. I think I'm gonna take this one. All right. I know Devontae Adams is last. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I should say I'm not.
Kansas City. Oh, NBA Red gave us the answer. Kansas City 5.3, Baltimore 4.9, Titans 9.7. Correct answer. Philadelphia 10.9. JL, did you say?
I did
say Philadelphia.
I said Philadelphia. Come on, NBA Rigged. Oh, you suck it. I was right. Philadelphia.
You added a couple extra answers on the end there, though.
At the end, but my first answer was Philadelphia. I said maybe Tampa Bay. I don't know.
Man, Kansas City only had 5.3 a carry. That's wild. I swear, every 5 seconds they were saying Clyde Edwards-Helaire is averaging 500 yards a carry.
But they had a bunch of people running that game.
That's a great question. Philly 10.9. Holy moly.
Man, I got it right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so JL, what is your answer?
All right, I'm pretty sure Christian Kirk is the first, because that was pretty. when I was doing my top 12 for this week. That was pretty surprising, and I was playing against him, so that sucked. I needed him or Gallup. Josh always looks upset. And T. Higgins is in there as well. So I'm going to go Christian Kirk, T. Higgins, Devontae Adams.
So Devontae Adams was last. He was the 30th wide receiver with 12.1 points. T. Higgins had 18.7 points. Christian Kirk had 22.6. JL, you are correct. Kirk was the number 4 wide receiver. Higgins was 11. Devontae Adams was 30. Josh, man, a blowout this week.
They're stinky horse, Josh.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough.
Josh, you are a big, fat, stinky horse.
Mm-hmm.
He can't react too harshly because he's at work. He's like, yes, I concur.
Indeed, I am a horse today.
Loser. I am a horse.
Damn, JL, I feel like you're on a tear recently.
Oh yeah.
NBA Ray giving you some credit, even though you threw other answers out there. That's generous of him. I'm not giving you any credit.
What do you mean I said other answers? That was my guess. And then I just said maybe Tampa.
That's like bubbling in A through D and then being like, but I bubbled B first.
What? No, it's not.
Literally the exact same thing. Okay, well,
literally not the exact same.
JL, congrats on your victory. Josh, I'm gonna throw a question to you just for fun now. If you get this to redeem some of your shame. So this would have been the next question. 4 wide receivers currently in the top 12 PPR wide receivers on the season were drafted as top 12 receivers according to Fantasy Pros ADP. Name those 4 receivers. So basically, which 4 receivers were drafted as top 12 wide receivers and are top 12 wide receivers?
That makes sense. I guess Tyreek Hill is probably in there.
That's correct.
Thomas Adams. Why am I blanking? Amari Cooper.
That's correct. JL knows one.
I do.
Yeah, I don't know.
What's happening here? We're not sure anymore. Josh is a horse. JL is patiently waiting for Josh to try to answer this question. JL finished as a hoe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having trouble determining who was the top 12 receiver at the beginning of the season. I'll just go Stephon Diggs and Kenny Galladay.
So the 4 are DeAndre Hopkins, Amari Cooper, Allen Robinson, and Tyreek Hill.
Okay, right.
So it's DeAndre Hopkins and Allen Robinson were the other 2 that you missed.
Kenny G missed too many games to be top 12.
Yeah. Okay. Question from Sean. PPR flex, pick one. Darius Slayton, Jerick McKinnon, Justin Jackson, or Juju Smith-Schuster. Thanks as always, guys. Really enjoy all the content you guys put out. For me.
Thank you, Sean. Good to see you again.
For me, this has got to be Jerick McKinnon with Raheem Mostert out. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
I like it. It's almost. I like it has to be. I 100% out of these 4. I'm starting Jerick McKinnon. I do not trust Juju anymore.
Juju would be my second.
Yeah, he would be my second, but I don't trust him. It's not a close second to me. Could he outperform him? Yeah, but like. Until I see otherwise, it does not look like he's the wide receiver 1 in that offense anymore.
I completely agree.
And Jerick McKinnon with Raheem Mostert and Tevin Coleman not playing is going to be a locked and loaded, probably RB1 until he's sharing that backfield again. Could Slayton have a long touchdown? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I might actually lean Slayton here.
Isn't he kind of a little hurt?
He did get a tiny bit hurt in the last game, but I don't think it's enough.
Cool.
I don't know. Yeah. I would be okay playing Slayton.
No, not a big deal. That's a fit. That's a fair. Justin Jackson. I just think that Josh Kelly is going to get the most carries in that group.
Yeah, I agree.
So Justin Jackson doesn't really excite me.
Yeah, he is my. He's probably last out of this group for me. It probably goes Jerick McKinnon, Juju, Slayton, Jackson. Yeah. But again, there's a pretty big gap. It goes like Jerick McKinnon, then Juju Slayton, and then in a third tier, Justin Jackson. But again, JL leans Slayton. He says Josh and I lean McKinnon. I don't just lean McKinnon. I firmly flag plant McKinnon.
Flag plant.
Until Mostert gets back. I would love to be starting him. Okay.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you there.
Unless there are no other questions, we can hop off. You want to do one more trivia? I got a short question for you, JL. If you get this, Josh is a double-headed horse.
There already is one.
Okay, there are currently 3 quarterbacks who have only played 5 games and are still in the top 12 quarterbacks through 6 weeks. Name them. Sorry, I stuttered over my words there. So there are, so there's been 6 weeks so far. In the top 12 quarterbacks, there are 3 quarterbacks who have only played 5 games.
Okay.
Name all 3 of them.
All right. I know Dak Prescott is one of them.
That is correct.
Russell Wilson?
That's also correct. They just came off their bye. They're both top 5 quarterbacks, actually. Even only having played 5 games, they are in the top 5 quarterbacks on the season. And the last one is a top 12 guy. Just so I think he is 12 exactly.
I think I know this one because I got offered him in a trade today. And so I was looking deep at his stats, but I don't actually – I know he's only played 5 games. I don't know if he's top 12. I think he is. Is it Tannehill?
It is Tannehill. Tannehill's the last one. Josh, you're a double-headed horse.
Josh, you're a double-headed horse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we got him muted, Josh, because he's in there in the conference room. Josh, I want some anger. I want some vitriol, some hatred, some reaction. Okay, one last question from Sean for today. Tom Brady versus Las Vegas or Ryan Tannehill versus the Steelers? Leaning Tannehill, but Brady very well might outscore him this week. Josh, what do you think?
I would go Tannehill.
JL?
I guess Tannehill. Yeah, I have them very close. I guess I'd go Tannehill.
I think I'd go Brady. I don't know though. It's tough. I just worry about
go with your heart.
I guess the game script could turn out to be the Titans can't run the ball, so they have to put it in Ryan Tannehill's hands. But I think I go Brady in this situation. I'm just a little bit scared of the Steelers D on all aspects of the ball. I know their run defense is the real scary part, but the Titans offensive line is not anywhere near what it used to be last year. I think Tannehill could be under some serious pressure, and he could struggle. Yeah. I'm going to go Brady against Vegas. So 2 Tannehills and a Brady. Take it as take whose advice you want here, Sean. Josh and Dale. Whoever's the most handsome. The better advice. Okay. Once again, you can follow us on YouTube at Front Yard Fantasy. You can follow us on Twitch also at Front Yard Fantasy. You can follow Josh on Twitter at I was trying to put it on the screen in time. At FYF Josh. You can follow John Luke at FYF John Luke, and you can follow me at FYF Simon. It is really hard to point at these things.
Yeah, it's really hard.
And you can follow Front Yard Fantasy on Twitter at Front Yard FYF. We will be back tomorrow, same time, same places.
Trading makes fantasy fun, boys.
Trading does make fantasy fun.